some regulars coming joining us next here. Yeah. Most of what I've learned about why customers choose and remain loyal to certain body shops, I learned from these folks, right? My dear friends at Phoenix Solutions Group. I want everybody to welcome Nick
What's happening, Nick?
and
Hey
Tina.
guys,
Where's Tina?
Tina's got to be here. She's here. She said she was here.
All right, we got to have Tina.
Hey Mel, it's good to see you. Good job.
She did a good job, didn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
So if
did.
you guys can find Tina, we would love to have her join us as well. We need to pretty the place up a little bit.
Absolutely. Tina, if you
Yeah.
can't find it, it's under React. Raise your hand. It's they
That's
just
it. All right. I'm
Perfect.
sure if she's in the room somewhere, I'm sure my team will find him.
yeah, I have no doubt.
So you know, there's something I want to ask you though while we're waiting for Tina, right? You guys
All
are
right.
known for doing research. That's one of the reasons I trust your data, right? Is because you actually
hmm
do the research that indicates whether a customer is going to be loyal or not. If they're going to go out of their way to refer a friend or family member. In fact, I think there's this old stat. I think Ryan and I probably both use it. About a shop that has a 97% CSI score doesn't mean 97% of the people
All right.
are going to
Yeah.
actually go out of the way. And I think the number was more like seven or some ridiculously low number like that.
Yeah.
Why,
But
why
yeah,
is
moment.
that? What has to happen differently to get these people to refer you according to your science and research?
Oh, so you're gonna ask me without the actual brains in the room, Tina? Well, I'll do my best to distill it down, but inherently a collision experience is an emotional experience. So the more that a business can kind of take the customer under their wing and help guide them through that entire process, the better they will become. And that's kind of, as a technologist, as someone who has lived and helped businesses transform their businesses into a digital world, the one thing that we have to be absolutely 100% aware of is that a collision is a human experience. It's
Mhm.
something that requires that is an interaction between two individuals, and it's something that doesn't happen very often. So the more that a body shop can find a way to connect with that customer through have it be guiding them through the process or helping them through the claims process or doing things like Mel does of giving them
Mhm.
something at the end, those type of things drive a connection. And in today's world where we are so focused on digital first technology, there is a nicety of having an offline experience with somebody. And that's where, you know, what we have seen is sure the way that people interact with body shops or the digital assets of body shops is growing.
Mhm.
What's incredibly important to recognize is that they're it's growing because they're looking for the information of your body shop to then reach out to speak to you. And there
Right.
isn't a chat bot, there isn't anything uh, intelligent enough to understand the nuances of a human experience. And it's funny is I'm in the UK right now, which is why it's dark.
Oh,
So what's
I noticed
interesting,
the accent.
y'all. Um,
Whoa, that's
That's a
what.
Southern accent. Come on.
We're gonna work on
Yeah,
that with you.
that's
There's
apparently
a
I haven't
coaching
spoken to enough
opportunity here.
English people. But thank you, Ryan. Looking for your help here.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is so one of our clients over here, they were having a hard time with their tax return. So they were reaching out to the IRS of the UK, which is HMRC, and they were interacting with a chat bot and asking questions about, hey, I put in the wrong information about my bank account to get my refund, and it was constantly telling him like, Did you request a refund? Did you request a refund? So on and so forth. So finally, she figured out how to circumvent the system to get in touch with somebody, and that was
Oh.
solved. So it's important to recognize that in solutions that are inherently standardized, right? Which is not a collision repair because every collision is different. Technology is absolutely an imperative. What we need to recognize, though, is when it comes to something that involves human emotion and human interaction, the most important thing is that we put that human at the forefront with another human. But
Mm.
leveraging digital and those type of interactions to drive better interactions with the customer, more insights into what could happen next is where it should occur. We shouldn't absolve the need for a human to human interaction because we now have AI, because we have this and whatnot. And I know I'm probably going against the grain here as we typically do at Phoenix, but the
Yeah.
important thing is to recognize is like, yeah, AI is great and everything that we do is important. But at the end of the day, your customers, as proven by Mel and proven by most of the people that we've spoken to, they want to speak to somebody. So you
Mm.
can't obsolete the importance of an interaction with a human, and
Do
you
you
can't
find even
obsolete.
the do you find that even the younger generation is craving that human interaction? Even though
Yeah, because
everybody says they only want to deal with texts and you
mhm,
know
yeah,
and things like that. But what do you find there according to your research?
I think what we find, or not what we think, what we find is that they will start their experience differently than an older person. They'll start their experience or their interactions digitally, but no matter what age group you are, what age bracket you are,
Hmm.
there isn't enough content or context to solve that individual's problem out there. So it's always going to result to someone calling the shop's number and asking for information or input or insight related to their problem. Because the one difference between youth and elderly is that they fully recognize when things are being automated and digitized.
Uh,
And and when before I joined Phoenix, I worked as a consultant, and the organization that I worked in looked at digital trends across. Oh, there she is. Oh,
Whoa!
I've been
The meeting can
found.
start.
oh,
No.
look at how beautiful she is. Oh, Tina, it's
Okay, so can
great
you
to
start
see you.
over? What did you say?
I said,
This is
I
being
don't know.
recorded for Tina's vein purposes. So,
Well, let's I since Tina's here and we've only got
Yeah,
what 2 minutes left.
yep.
yeah.
Nick, that everything you said was I felt was spot on. Tina, what I want to hear from you because you seem to be the one that's in contact with the shops directly quite a bit. Am I right?
Hmm.
Yes.
Can you please share just a couple of specific examples of how your customers grow or succeed at repeat and referrals by how they interact with the customers?
I mean, I would say it's a little bit of everything that we heard prior to this. It's everything Mel said. It's everything Katie said. It definitely starts with the experience. There's no question about that. But I think it's also like just awareness. They don't take it for granted. They
Mm-hmm.
know that this is a really important part of their business and it's part of their sales, it's part of their marketing. So they work it, they put the effort in.
Yeah.
It isn't just part of the experience, yes, but if somebody is referring you or coming back, you have to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
The
Do
shops
you
that
have
are
some,
really crushing it do that.
do you have some, I'm sure you've got tons of success stories, but do you have somebody that, was delusional about their level of customer experience? You did some research and then you were able to turn them around to where, what's that look
And
like?
It was absolutely because of the research. 'Cause they were very
It's like
much
it's a daily occurrence at Phoenix, but I'll let
DRP.
Tina talk.
Well, they were very DRP dependent and just assumed everything was fine until we did a little bit of research, and then they saw the percentage of customers coming because they've been there before or referred by somebody other than their insurance partners was like under 2%,
Oh my God.
one of the lowest that we've ever seen. So we kind of raised some red flags with them, like, you have no security with your business, just so you know. You lose these DRPs, you're going to lose all your customers.
I
So
think the
it was-
ultimate thing. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Ultimate thing there is, don't just look at status quo. Question everything about your business and look at it segmented, and you'll find that what you believe is right might not necessarily be there. But
You
thanks for
gotta
joining,
ask,
Tina.
you gotta listen.
Absolutely. Guys,
I
thank
love-
you.
I love these guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. Nick, Tina, Phoenix Solutions Group. Reach out to them if you want some research done to really find out what your level of customer experience truly is. Thank you, guys.